Alright, here we go. Running Slaanesh. I am versus the Wood Elves. This is a bad matchup for me, and even worse, it's against a very strong player. Some would say even the best player. Me versus Anticity. Something I didn't think would happen, but here we are. The Slaanesh SFT I ran, I ended up doing way better than I thought I would. And yeah. Arcane Unforging, Apotheosis. Luckily, the man was playing with his hand tied behind his back. He's going all melee. I think some of you have already seen this on stream, but I want to show it here on the channel to give you some thoughts where I can give some clarity of what I was thinking, rather than just the blips and stuff. Melicots is just good. We got Pendulum to hit the lines, because it's great for destroying front lines. If we can destroy his front line, we can get into his back line. Spawn are not good in this matchup, by any means. If there are any arrows, Spawn hate them. But Spawn still suck. Even against a Turtle Guard. So it turns out Spawn are just not for this matchup. I don't want Spawn. Already catching Anticity with a bit of a blunder there. Seductive Glory, getting a bunch of units, forcing engagements, and if we can force engagements, that's perfect. We can start weakening units that are very tough to deal with, like Wildwood Rangers, like his caster. Using Locke's Blessing to get out of there. Speed does help, believe it or not. Luckily we have healing, so we don't have to worry about things such as Spirit Leech, and Doombolt was banned, so we don't have to worry about Doombolt. And yeah, we're just trying to get our spawn into a better position so we can deal with counter charges. I'm not gonna lie, I knew he was doing a melee build. I usually check everyone's big stuff, and yeah, usually see what's going on. And Anticity kind of announces it to the world, hey, here's my handicap for today, come get it. So yeah, I did know the man was going all melee, but yeah, I did not expect to play him at all. I was thinking, I'm gonna lose the first 2 rounds, get paired up, maybe I'll get a win or 2. I didn't think I'd get to this far, fight the big man himself. Alright, but yeah, with that all said and done, Fiend's sitting here feasting right now. We're gonna get him out of there as my lord comes in, provides a nice debuff. And yeah, Spawn's running away from Wildheart Guard, these Winter Guard, which, from what I saw on Anticity stream, I think he thought the Winterheart Guard were chasing off the Spawn, but really, the Spawn wanted to go in that direction to lead them out for Forsaken to punish and countercharge them, while the Spawn can now go beat up on Cav and, yeah, Wildwood Rangers. Because that's really where they're going to shine, is just beating up on low armored units. And this is the name of the game, just countercharge, countercharge, countercharge. Whoever gets the better charges off, wins. Whoever can isolate, wins. We haven't even caught the side objective. We just straight up try to own the 2 in the middle, and just said, we're going to duke it out. And it is an absolute duking out. He's got Zotes, right? Zotes have the Flesh to Stone, and the, what is it? Earthblood. I think it gets 2 uses of both, maybe 1 use of Earthblood, 2 uses of Earthblood, 1 use of Flesh of Stone. I don't remember. I haven't seen Zotes in forever. They got buffed, and are they still worth it? Depends. They can take away magic with their dampening contact ability, which is fantastic because you combine that with Flesh of Stone for that Fizz Res, 60% I believe, and yeah, they just tank. So, now that we know that, what's my idea? We're going to work them down until they have no stats left. We're going to get them exhausted. Because, yes, they will last a long time, but their stats are going to be absolute dog shit. And we can trade upwards with fresh new units, like our cheap Cav, that if they get a flank on these units, they will destroy them. Because when you're exhausted, tired, whatever, your units will have lower armor. Just stats in general, right? Armor's the big one, so even though usually Hellstriders don't trade, and they're trading pretty bad right now, even though we're hitting these Wild Hunters with Melicots, man, that was a bad trade. Luckily, though, we're still winning. Forsaken will do well here. Wildwood Rangers are going to get crumped by the Fiends, Spore, and the ability from my Lord providing basically -10 melee attack. So Zotes trying to hit, Tired Zotes trying to hit Forsaken is just, yeah, just not ideal. Maybe it's just one bounce each, I'm not sure. Yeah, so you're looking at Zotes maybe hitting with 15 melee attack into Forsaken, which actually have 20 melee defense, fresh off the press. And everything else, we're bringing Scourges too. Tissi thought Scourges would actually be the ideal matchup for him. You know, this Chaos spam build is going to be ideal with the Wildwood Rangers and the Zotes. Turns out Poison and High Armor are still a problem. Especially when you have 54 melee defense. Albeit Wildwood Rangers have 40 melee attack, they get a +10 from anti-infantry. So you're looking at a 50 versus 54. And then with my terror-causing big old leader here, Lord, that's an extra, I think, +10, +14 melee attack? I'm not sure. But you still have the Sporific Must to cancel it out with the Lord's -5 from the excess ability. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it's really 54 versus 50. Yeah, and if he's not around, well, then it's still 50 versus 54. It evens out. And the spawns have the Sporific Musk, so they can do that as well. And I'm just trying to farm healing, because I noticed that I can't cast because they're being delayed from the Arcane Unforgiven, which I never see. This is actually my first time dealing with it. But I usually figure out, okay, cool, it's doing some damage here, I'm taking damage, bam, just go heal up. Get some good engagements, and just heal, 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 and that's what we're going to try to do. We're just going to try to win down here, and we are winning. Our Scourges have Charge Reflection, I believe, or Charge versus Large, probably Charge Reflection. So these Wild Riders are just taking a beating whenever they charge into my Scourges. And we're just hitting them with Melicos. Melicos is so good. 6 Winds of Magic does a lot of damage, and then you have the slow. If my Hell Strikes catch you, that's poison on top of that, so you're losing about, what, 50 speed, I want to say? 50, maybe more speed? 55? That's pretty insane. And you're taking damage on top of it. Narcissism, just to guarantee the kill on these Wild Riders, and to get some healing with my Lord. That healing has kept my Lord in the game. Me and Ticity both knew it at the time, and he is just losing on this flank. And yeah, we just overwhelm him. We finally break through, and he goes for the long game, right? He's going to go 2 Dryads on top. I think he should have went 2 Eternal Guard instead. Just because a lot of my cav are my first response. To be fair, he doesn't know what I have in reserves. And if I send Forsaken, Dryads still lose, so he's better off with the Eternal Guard, right? That's just my line of thinking. Instead, I can summon in the spawn, who are gonna absolutely crump Dryads, no problem. And we try to get a catch on his Lord right now, but I'm not fully surrounded. And not only that, I have about 3 units surrounding his units. And I'm trying to get out of here. And not only that, I'm getting some healing from his units, breaking. So, and terror routing them as well. So it's going well. It's going really well. The Striders didn't break, baby, and that's what got me through that. Big heals, too, big heals, and we just cook the Zotes and everything. And now it's real bad. Now, I'm a bit overextended. I'm trying to go for the Lord Snipe. He's got to go retreat into the woods as he's trying to recap. He's using these units on the side that are haggard and weakened, and we're using Melicos to catch these riders and get more heals off. Because he's using that Arcane Unforgiven again, so we got to get as much healing as we can. And yeah, he's using these units to kind of distract me. But instead, I'm just going to send in the very healthy Scourges to go peel them off. And they'll beat back all 3 of those units easily. They're so weak and haggard versus my fresh Scourges. And I'll send my Death Ball to the center to recapture. He's got the Wild Hunters of Keranos. We still have Winds of Magic because Melicos is just so cheap. It's so good for 6 wins. We're just going to keep spanning that. And yeah, we're probably going to get some picks up. Chaos Knights I like here because they will probably win every fight here. They just have to kill the Zotes, and then the Wild Riders are just easy pickings. And then we'll send our Death Ball over to help out our spawns here, who are probably going to get picked up by these Wild Hunters if we're not careful. I don't know how much Winds of Magic he still has left, but as long as I'm still winning the numbers game, or the quality of life game, I should be fine. Because really, he only has, what, 3 units? The rest are haggard, off the field, or trying to just run away right now. He gets a little bit of a charge there on the spawn. Takes out 600 HP. Not bad, not great. We still have Striders and Spawns and Chaos Knights to come buffer them out, screen out, and then take the center. We'll pick a Dryads too, especially with the Lord. We use our army ability to Sweet Sorrow to give the... Oh man, not only the speed, but the vigor replenishment on that is so good. I should start spamming that out more. And these are regular Chaos Knights. They're not the Lance variant. The reason I took these over the Lance variant is simply because I need something that lasts longer, rather than something to win on the charges. I have Hellstriders for that, right? I need a very mobile, tanky unit to just sit there, be on the point, fight for as long as I can in the engagement, rather than charge, or to countercharge, right? And yeah, he's picking up the Striders. The Chaos Knights are still fighting pretty well. We're picking up the Dryads and getting heals off. And he's just hiding in the woods. I think he's using the Apotheosis right now, maybe? Probably. Getting ready for another Arcane's Unforgiven. He's still using it on me. We're going to get a nice pick too. Bringing in those Weakened Zoats and Wild Riders to maybe get some stuff. Melicross is so good, it's still going on! Oh my goodness. And we are getting these picks. We're gonna get those Seductive Lori going on just to get the bad engagements for him, and then the sweet engagements for me. The sweet seduction. Probably get some heals off. Pendulum right down the middle on those Wild Riders. Punishing him hard. He does move a good majority of them, so I'll give him credit for that. And yeah, he's just on my tail, but we are just punishing him too. With his healing though, he's got to be up in value, but the problem is all his units are super expensive. I'm surprised he didn't bring more, well, I guess maybe bringing, what are those units called? Ah, man. I forget what they're called. And I play Wood Elves too, I shouldn't forget what they are. War Dancers, there we go. I'm surprised they didn't bring War Dancers, but you don't really bring War Dancers in this matchup. You bring, like, Sisters of Thorns, which I thought he might bring too. Because if he had any shooting, I'd be done for. He's going for the pick on my Lord, which I goofed. I was just sitting there with my Lord. My Lord does a little dance right here. And he was worried too, and yeah, my Lord just disintegrates. But here's the problem. His Lord is in the middle between a bunch of Striders and Forsaken and Spawn. And he's trying to distract me with the Wildwood Rangers, but I see the pick. And I just say, screw it, we'll surround him. Because his Lord is in between all of his units and my units, and this sweet, sweet sandwich is about to go. So we're going to get the Riders, we're going to get the Lord. It's going to be done for. We can just send one Forsaken onto the Wildwood Rangers if we need to. He's trying to get out. He's trying, but we poisoned the boy. We poisoned him. I say boy, but I don't mean any disrespect. But yeah, we poisoned the man. And we're getting our picks. We are munching on everything. And yeah, losing the Lord does suck, but we just have the numbers and the quality of life right now. And our units aren't actually folding as bad. I mean, as long as we keep the Death Ball, we're fine. His Wildwood Ranger's folded. He's trying to go for a pick on the Scourges, which I think is a bit of a mistake there. I mean, he gets his charge off, but really he should be saving strength, maybe going for the hill objective instead. Trying to own the center, because that's where all my units are, all my infantry too. He can beat the Hellstriders in a 1v1. But right now, he's just taking just some bad engagements. And yeah, the Lord is just going to get mulched. And I know it. He can chase off these Hellstriders if he wants. We still get the pick on the Lord. Wildwood Rangers aren't going to be able to do it here. We can just outpace them and just, yeah, get the pick. And there's not much else to say, right? It's pretty much done for here. GG's to Ethnicity. Thank you for holding back and having me a part of your little experiment. Because right now we're going to triple cap and we're going to own everything. And I'm on my way to buying back my Lord right now as I'm sniping his. So it's just all bad. It's just terrible. Yeah, he can charge into the Forsaken, but the Striders get them on the crackback. And yeah, we just own everything. He gets one more Wildwood Rangers in, and by the time he does, I get my Lord back. We'll look at the value real quick. Look at that value. That sweet, sweet value, right? My Lord, 4,000, or close to it, right? Up in there, doing fantastic. My Scourges actually feasted. They fought well. I mean, that's what happens when you feed them Wildwood Rangers, Eternal Guard, and Wild Riders. Fiends, not so impressive. And like I said, if there were arrows anywhere near involved, I would have been cooked. So I brought 2 Furies just in case he brought some sort of arrows, you know? Make exceptions for what he brings. And yeah, he really liked the Spellweaver. He usually goes for one, so I betted money on him bringing a Spellweaver for sure. I don't really see him bring anything else, so it just made sense to me. I knew it. I just knew it too. I just think the Zotes are actually the weakest part of this. They probably gave the Wild Riders the boost with the healing and the reflection, but other than that, I think just going 2 Zotes is fine. 3 is just asking for too much. And yeah. And I think he talked about that on his stream. If he were to do this again, you definitely go Durthu. Durthu is just such a problem for Doc because of the magic damage, and wherever he goes, I try to avoid. Especially in Itza with how small it is. And that would be my plan. If it was Durthu, I played against Durthu enough where you just ignore him and just clean up wherever else. And Durthu's expensive too, so you're giving up a lot of agency to deal with Durthu. Or to play Durthu. And so, when you ignore him, you pretty much win. Alright folks, we're at the end of the video. GG's Anticity, come see me guys on the stream, show some love, play some games, join the tournaments when I host them, and yeah, y'all have a good one, peace, and goodbye for now.
The enemy has slain